You found the home of your dreams, but in this competitive market, how do you set yourself up to win and get your offer accepted? That's what we're talking about today, so let's go. Hi, I'm Bryn and I'm a real estate agent here in Eugene, Oregon. Today I'm going to share 5 ways to compete and win in this hot seller's market. Number 1, the right terms. The way that you plan to pay for the home of your dreams can be more important than the price that you offer. So let's talk through your options. Cash. They say cash is king for a reason. When the seller hears cash, it gives them a sense of security that the deal will close without having to hassle with lender requirements, especially the appraisal. Conventional loans. A conventional loan, especially with a larger down payment, is another great option. The lender won't scrutinize the property as much as government loans require, and there could be a chance of getting the appraisal waived if the down payment is large enough. FHA and VA. Government loans are great for the buyer, but they aren't always attractive in the seller's eyes. If there are any property issues, it's a huge risk for the seller to accept a government loan. Here's a bonus tip for you. If you're using a lender, it's in your best interest to use a local lender. Sellers and listing agents get nervous about national lenders who are located out of the area or in other parts of the country. Are they going to know enough about the local market to make the deal work? Using a trusted local lender can go a long way in getting your offer accepted. Number 2, the right offer price. The terms that you offer will help determine the price that you offer. Writing an all-cash offer, the sky's the limit. Go as high as you want depending on how badly you want the home and what makes sense for your financial situation. But if you're using a loan where an appraisal is required, the offer must make sense for the lender. You can offer $50,000 over the asking price, but if the seller doesn't think that the home will appraise for that amount, the likelihood of them accepting the offer is slim. It's important to have your agent pull a list of comparable properties so that you can make a reasonable offer that's likely to line up with the future appraised value. Now here's a possible exception. If you're getting a loan but you have enough cash available, you can always offer to pay the difference between the appraised value and the sales price up to a certain amount. It is smart to put a cap on that amount, by the way. And here's a bonus tip. For the most attractive offer, don't ask the sellers to pay closing costs. If you have the cash in hand to pay your own, or if the lender can work them into the loan, it's a better option than asking the seller to pay. Even if you bump up the purchase price to compensate for asking them to pay, it still affects the deal and the bottom line for the seller. Only go that route if you have to. Number 3, the escalation clause. The price that you initially offer doesn't have to be your final offer. Writing an escalation clause into the purchase contract can help you compete should another buyer offer a higher price. Here is some sample verbiage that can be used. In the event the seller receives multiple offers, buyer will pay X amount over the highest net offer up to a maximum purchase price of X dollars. In the event that the escalation clause is exercised, the seller is to provide the valid competing offer with proof of funds or the pre-approval letter. I did a whole video that digs deeper into the escalation clause. If you want to check it out, you can find it right here. Number 4, the Rentback. In today's competitive market, sellers can be nervous about listing their home without having another home to move into. But many sellers need the proceeds from the sale of their home for the down payment or purchase of their next place. Or maybe they have another home in escrow, but it would relieve some stress in order to move out of their home and clean things up before you take possession. Find out what's going on with the seller you're working with. Would a rent-back period be beneficial for them? If so, offering a time period to stay in their home free of charge can be a real game changer. Even a couple of days or weeks can sweeten the deal enough for them to accept your offer. Number 5, the right buyer's agent. In the real estate world, an agent's reputation is everything. Does your agent have a good reputation with their clients and peers? Although it's not going to be the number 1 factor for a seller to accept your offer, it definitely doesn't hurt. In a multiple offer situation where some offers are very similar, it can come down to who the listing agent trusts to get the deal done and have a smooth transaction with. A good buyer's agent can tilt the scale in your favor. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to check out the other real estate videos on my channel. I'd love to hear from you. You can call, email, or leave a message down below. I work hard to stay connected. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me for my next video. Thanks so much for watching.